But it's as simple as the patient lies so that the area can be exposed, and the treatment is done. It doesn't really hurt. It feels kind of like a rubber band snap.
Okay.
And we use numbing gel for a good 30 minutes beforehand, and we have the patients take a couple of rapid release extra strength Tylenols also.
All right, let's take a look at the other before and after pictures because it's pretty impressive.
The first picture, the befores are on the left of the screen and the afters are on the right. And the first one was not done professionally. It was done in somebody's backyard. So it was an amateur tattoo. And in one treatment,
it was gone?
It was gone.
Wow.
You can see that picture. The second one was done professionally, and she's had about 6 treatments, and you can see the difference. And the ink was not very dense in her tattoo, but the one in the lower set of images, that was also done professionally. The ink was very dense, and he's had about 8 treatments, and it's continuing to fade. I think we'll get pretty good removal with him.
That's a work in progress, right?
Yes, and you can see this first one is really dramatic, the improvement after just about 6 treatments. And the lower one is an interesting story. This woman had eyebrows tattooed, and it was done by somebody who's not a professional tattoo person, but worked in a salon.
Okay.
And her left eyebrow was done perfectly, but her right sort of came up into a point. And in one treatment,
you were able to
with
fix
our
it,
laser,
huh?
we were able to get rid of it. And now if she decides to, she can go to some other place, hopefully,
and have it fixed.
And get it fixed.
Well, very good.
So,
at least there are some options if you do have that tattoo regret, right?
Absolutely.
All right, and let's put the information up on the screen. If you'd like to get a hold of Dr. Gold, you could call him at 203-281-5737 or visit Laser Body Solutions right on Whitney Ave in Hamden. And Doctor, I know you have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You're everywhere on social media.
We're as spread out as we can get.
We'll find you there. Thank you so much for all the information.
I want to mention a special offer that we have. For
yes, please.
Anybody who calls and mentions this program will receive a, first of all, anybody who comes in, the consultation is free.
Okay.
I can estimate the number of treatments for them, and it's just a guideline. It's not cast in concrete. But anybody who calls us and mentions this program will get 50% off their first treatment.
We love deals for Connecticut-style viewers,
Right.
Doctor. Thank you so much for being here. And coming up next, Chef Bradley Stellings shares a delicious recipe for Quinoa Crusted Scallops when style returns. We'll be right back. Our next guest has a passion for cooking and has traveled all over the world pursuing his culinary career. Chef Bradley Stellings was recently on the Food Network's show Chopped, and he's also competed in Iron Chef America as a sous chef. Nice to have you here.
How are you?
That sounds fun. How'd you get started, Bradley?
I got started cooking when I was 16. I have friends who stayed with my parents for a big fly-in in Wisconsin.
Okay.
There's not enough room for hotels, so we put them up.
Oh.
And they got into food and they started cooking, and pretty amazed at what they did.
You did. You were impressed, huh? You caught the
Absolutely.
bug.
I
right?
did.
And you were just recently on Chopped. Came in second. Pretty good there.
I came in second on Chopped. I did well. I wanted to get to the dessert round, but I still wanted to win, obviously.
I get it, but that's fun. So how does it work for our viewers who might not be familiar with the show?
Chopped is 3 rounds, an appetizer, an entree, and dessert round.
Okay.
After the appetizer round, which is 15 minutes, one's eliminated. Entree round is 30 minutes, one's eliminated, and then dessert.
All right. And today we're making scallops.
Quinoa Crusted Scallops.
I love
with a little
it.
apple fennel slaw.
Great. Here,
Something
show me how to
quick,
get
easy, and
started.
fun.
I love this. Actually, we'll switch spots.
So the quinoa, you can pretty much use whatever you want. I like to just switch it up a little bit using white and red.
Okay.
When you're cooking quinoa, you want to have it at a high boil. 1-to-2 ratio, so 1 cup quinoa, 2 cups liquid. Any liquid you want, vegetable stock, chicken stock, water,
Okay.
salt, pepper, anything you want. You want to keep it at a rolling boil so it pops. Otherwise the quinoa won't pop and it's still like hard kernely thing.
Okay.
So once that's done, you strain it out. You have this product here.
And it's pretty healthy for you, quinoa, right?
Quinoa is incredible. Well, I put a lot of butter.
That's okay, it evens out, right?
I really enjoy butter. So whenever
Don't we all?
I'm cooking, I
Okay.
put butter. And then literally you just want to set up a breading station like you would normally, but we're going to bread it with quinoa instead of breadcrumbs.
I love it. And you're only going to kind of do one end of it, right? Or do you do the whole scallop?
No, I don't want to do the whole scallop. I mean, you could if you want to deep fry it, but I don't want to do that because again, we're going to try and stay a little bit healthy.
Sure, I agree with you there.
So you just literally bread it, one side with the flour,
Okay.
one side with the egg,
And it's going to stick very nicely.
press down nice and hard, and it stays really nice on there.
Great.
Vice versa, you can do that to as many scallops ahead of time as you want to.
A little prep work, right? That always helps.
A little prep. Get your pan nice and hot with a little butter,
And they go right in, huh?
and they go right in.
And you made a couple before. They cook fairly quickly. How do you know when the scallop is done? You feel it and you can tell
by
the
touch.
texture?
I've
Okay.
just learned, like, you want to cook a scallop medium rare, which sounds odd, but you do. Otherwise, it's going to taste like rubber.
Got it.
And you don't want a rubbery scallop, you know?
No one wants that.
You want a meaty, hearty, beautiful little C.
What would you say your specialty is?
I like traditional French. I went to the French Culinary Institute in New York, in Soho, so I'm a traditionalist. But I met a lot of Japanese friends along the way. I actually spent a year in Japan
Oh, how interesting.
as a chef for the Kyuchi Brewery, and that was a blast.
I can imagine.
So I've got always like a little bit of Asian influence, whether it's garnish or ingredients or style. Something like that is always what I like to do, just for a little tweak because people have been eating French food for
Perhaps.
a century.
So what would be a good side dish, or how would you serve the scallops?
The scallops are going to be served with a little apple fennel slaw,
Okay.
a little apple, little fennel, and some chives. I had radishes in the fridge this morning. You can
that's
literally
good.
throw
Add
in
that.
anything you want just to brighten it up. So it's somewhat of a summer fall dish, but again, you could switch it out. You could cream this up, lots of butter, lots of parm, make it a little bit heavier of a
That's
dish.
probably good too.
You can pretty much do anything you want. I mean,
Okay.
possibilities are endless. I just grabbed fennel because I like fennel.
Yeah. So let's go back to Chop for a minute. Tell me what you made for each competition. You started off with an appetizer, you said?
I started out with an appetizer. They gave us a brat, which I'm from Wisconsin, so.
You knew what to do with it.
Really? Beer and brats? You guys made this show for me? And I did a quick kraut with some onions and some peppers, so I went a little bit Italian because they really didn't have a whole lot of Japanese ingredients.
Okay.
And so I did a quick kraut and I split the sausage in half, pan roasted it. They gave me hop drops with
don't
the
even know
beard
what that
theme
is.
going on. It's like
Okay.
a candy.
Oh.
So I made a gas streak out of that. Gas streak is sugar, vinegar, and a liquid.
Oh,
So the sugar content was the hop drops,
sure.
which worked out really nicely.
Oh, how unique. So you obviously got through that round.
I did get through the appetizer round decently.
Yeah.
I moved on to the entree round pretty easily. And then we got, I don't even remember what we got. It's all been a big blur.
I'm sure it was a fun experience though, right?
It was a blast. I ended up making risotto. See, this one's definitely still a little bit more raw, and so is that one, but this one's cooked.
Okay.
I made a risotto made with beer. So normally you deglaze with wine and cook with stock.
Keep stirring it,
I
right?
did the beer.
Interesting.
It worked. I also put actually little hops in there, which the judges thought I was crazy, but it worked
worked,
out.
huh?
It worked.
All right, so you shaved off some of the fennel there.
I did. That's
part of
just
your
going to be
slaw,
part
right?
of the slaw, yeah. And then you can just cut the apple any which way you like.
That seems pretty easy. And people will be really impressed with this, I feel like.
It is, right? It's just about, it's not really about anything except knife skills. I mean, just make it look pretty.
All right.
Any chef in the world will say, how do I plate this? And they'll tell you, just make it look pretty.
And that's that. That's all
That's
it
it.
takes.
That's it.
All right, well, we are going to try this at the end of the show. We'll have the recipe over on our website, WTNH.com. Bradley, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Teresa.
All right.